In this video, we'll be building a cool collection list hover interaction that's a little tricky if you get this one detail wrong. Stick around and I'll show you how to build it. Hi, my name is Chris and I'm a designer and developer. And today we're going to be building a cool brutalist type 80s zine site. And that site is going to have a really cool collection list interaction that's just a little tricky if you don't set the interaction on the correct element. So it's a hover image appear interaction and it's really cool. So first we're gonna just hop in the Webflow and Figma and build out the design and the layout, and then we'll be doing the interaction. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Okay, here is my glorious Figma design file that is so well organized. But we're just going to do a quick overview of what we're going to be building here. So we got this sort of like brutalist, maybe editorial type design with like a hand, design feel, a little grit. And it has this cool hover interaction over here. So when you hover over one of the index items, you get a highlighter effect and then an image of that 80s skateboard zine cover. So this is the design. It's simple and fun, and let's get in and build it. Okay, so here we are on Webflow. Let's check out design real quick. Okay, cool. So let's start building this thing out. Throw in our little div. We'll call it section header. And then we will give it a background color of that. And then let's see what we've got here for like padding. Okay, cool. So we got 60 RAM for that one. And then let's do 24 divided by 16 RAM. So in the first video that I posted, I had asked, I knew there was a way to like take a pixel value and do like a math problem and turn it into a REM solution. And Kevin answered my question in the comments post. And basically what you do is you just take the pixel value, so in this case 24, and then divide 16 REM. And there you go. That's it. So thank you again, Kevin. All right. And then we'll throw in our header component. And I think we'll make this a grid. Yeah, we'll make this a grid. Always change it to rems. 1 rem. Let's see here. I think, what are we going to do? This bounding box is a little too... Okay, 82. We'll just do 80. Let's see here. Yes. 80 divided by 16 rem. Let's see if that works like that. Okay, cool. And we'll throw in our little header here and throw in our image here. Okay, that's right. All right. Always got to put divs in grids because, so I tried taking an element and dropping it directly onto the grid element and then taking another one and dropping it on the other side, but it ended up like pushing it over here. So to keep that from not happening, put 2 divs in, or divs in your grid, and then you can hold down I believe it's Command right there, and drop it in. Grabbing the element, holding Command, and then dropping it in there. And now you see how I can just directly place it in the grid as opposed to it like pushing it around or creating a new grid element. So pretty nifty. Let's get our cool little illustrations and our text. So let's give this a class name of zine header. Make it that cool white. And then how many pixels is this? 145. It's a lot of pixels. 145 divided by 16 rem. Boom. And then I think it was like 80%. Let's see how that looks. Cool. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. It looks like we have our header finished. Now we're going to do our little keep rolling section. So let's see here. Put another div in. Section. Keep rolling. And I always use divs. I don't use the section element, but always remember to go and change the tag of that for good HTML structure. Go in here and change this. Okay, cool. So we got our sections. We're good. Yeah, always make sure to do that. Okay, and let's see here. So we got our section, and let's throw in another grid. Yes. Yes. Throw in another grid. Yes, I believe that's the way to do it. Okay, cool. Throw that in. We are going to make this stuff real close. Let's see if this works. All right. Rename it to rolling grid, and then, you know, again, throwing in our div elements. And then let's see here, we'll call this one wheel wrapper, and we'll call this one text wrapper. And let's see here, let's just drop in our images here. Our cool wheel, and then drop in another element. Keep rolling. Okay, cool. And let's get these elements stacked on top of each other like so. Okay. Do wheel wrapper. Let's give it a little flex box and see what that does. And then I think we're gonna absolutely position this one relative. Okay, cool. That's stacked on top of each other. Let's see here. This, we want this element to take up 100%, 100%. The elements. All right, let's adjust some sizing here, and then we'll get it all centered out. Say about this element, not image, but wheel image, and rolling image. Okay, cool. So we're stacked on top of each other, but we want this to be like centered. So let's see if we can do that here. Okay, wheel wrapper, wheel image, and let's give this a see what that does. It makes it larger. But now we need our images. Okay, cool. So there we go. But now we're breaking out of the parent element, which is something we do not want to do. So maybe we'll take this back to auto. There we go. Max with 100%. So let's give this some padding. And sometimes it's all about just like massaging things until you get them. So, all right. This image just takes up like that. So let's see here. Okay, wheel wrapper. Rem. Okay, we got some padding. Now let's see what's up with this wheel now. Let's go back to that. 300 divided by 16 rem. All right, it's larger now. Okay, cool. And let's do some grid lines so we can see this. Okay, cool. All right. We got some thickness going on with these grid lines, and we'll be adjusting that a little bit. Just sort of doing the basic styling right now. And we flexboxed it, so now it like squishes it, so we'll have to just give this give the child element. What do we got going on here? Okay, this is our div. We are going to be turning this into, okay, text wrapper 100%, making the flex items just take up their elements. Okay. Go back. I want it centered. Yes. Okay, the element is centered. Yeah. Actually, let's not flex it just yet. Let me just put the text in there. Grid. Rename. Text grid. Update that. And again, we're going to throw in our stuff. Got our cool descriptive text in there that I got from Wikipedia. Okay. Let's throw in some padding instead. Let's see how that looks. 42, 16 rem. Yes, need a lot more padding. rem, 2.5 rem. Okay, cool. Here we go. We're getting some padding here, and then yeah, let's just like center align this element because there's a little too much space going on over here. Or we up this pixel size. What pixel? We only got it like 16 on here, but I'm seeing it in Webflow and I want to make the text larger so it takes up more space. White space is great, but we also need to make sure that we're not giving it too much space. 60 divided by 16 rem. Okay, cool. 1 rem in case. Alright, let's see what this does. This are do 24, 16 rem, about 1.5. Now we're a little too large right there. That is too large. Okay, let's adjust this padding right here. That's not bad. Okay, we're gonna adjust this just a little bit. There we go, much better. 1.2. Okay, cool. We're looking good now. We got some white space, but not too much white space. Now we're gonna move this. Not a quarter. Give it like a 0.3. .4. Okay, nice. All right, great. Now let's take care of like these lines overlapping, and we're creating thickness, and we don't really want that. We want everything to look nice and uniform. So we'll have to like play around with where these lines end and begin. So I'm going to take off this one, the bottom one, and this one right here, and leave it on that one. And I'm going to take this bottom one off too, because we're going to be putting some more elements with lines in them right here for like where the magazine layouts go. So all right, so that section's done. Yeah, this actually does need a little bit more spacing. I'm not liking that. Okay, yeah. Space. Gotta love space. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, now let's add our other section. Our section zine index, our little zine index section. Okay, cool. And we'll add our collection lists in there from zine. Okay, cool. We got our collection items. Nice. And let's give this, we're going to rename all of this to zine collection wrapper, zine list, and then zine item. Cool. We're good to go. All right. Now we're going to throw in a div. And we'll call it index div. And we're going to give it 100% width. And then we're going to throw in some padding here. Padding of about 1 rem. Nice. Okay, 1 rem padding, and let's throw in our Nido lines. Get rid of the bottom one. Nice. Okay, our lines are looking nice and even. We got our index div. Let's give it some padding over here, so everything's nice and aligned. Okay, nice. And let's throw in our header. Oh, our padding did not go through. Maybe it's not in there. Nope, not in there. Cool. All right. Let's get our text from name. So we got the name of all our all these cool zines, 80s skate zines. Okay, and these are caps first. I don't know if, boom. Love that styling in Webflow. It's not bold, it's normal. And we're at, like, what is it, 56? I'm working so much faster with that cool math problem. All right. Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's see here. All right, so we got our index going. Now we have this fun interaction where if you hover over something, then if you hover over the CMS item, then an image of the magazine appears, which I think is a cool interaction. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to let's give the collection list wrapper, because we could do it on the section or we could do it on the wrapper itself, but it looks like the wrapper is like taking up the full width of the section. So let's just affect that styling. Relative. Now we're gonna throw in let's throw in our div, and we'll call it zine image wrapper. Call it zine image wrapper, and then we'll throw in the image, and we'll get the images from zine cover, and that is huge. It's ginormous. Let's see here. Let's give it the class zine image, and let's just give it. See what this sizing is. Cool. That looks great. All right. And we want this all to stack on top of each other. Actually, let's not do it. We'll give it on the zine wrapper and just have it take up that width. Okay, nice. All right. And now we're gonna pin everything down to the bottom. Absolutely position it down here. Cool. And then we'll add a transform to these. Of about, we'll do say 32 and 32. So minus 2 rem, minus 2 rem. Okay, cool. Nice. All right. We're looking good. Let's just finish designing everything and then we'll throw in the interactions. We got our little footer section. Call it zine footer. Give it the background color black. Again, we'll add that padding. 16 rem. And cool, we got in our padding. And throw in our little div. Throw in our paragraph text. Footer text. Make it white. And let's put a flex box on our footer. Let's see if that did not do what I wanted it to do. Nope. Did not do that. So this is what we'll do instead. If we don't want our boxes going past a certain point, we'll just set a max width on that container that holds the text. Let's do 400. Okay, cool. There we go. Footer text, and I know the spacing is a little tighter in there. I might change that depending on readability. It's kind of a little hard to read right here, but we'll set it to 1. Yeah, that's a bit tight. And everything's capitalized, so yeah, let's get some spacing in there. It's good. If you need to adjust designs, like once you see them like live on the web, go for it. And then we're 14. So we're a little bit smaller. Get in our copy, and I'll just move myself. Magically move myself over here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, nice. That's looking good. Alright. This is going to be a link. 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 And link. Alright, we're linked up. Linked up and ready to go. Okay, that's the design. So let's create this cool interaction. So the interaction is going to be, I hover over these index items right here. and then this image appears, and then there's sort of like a green highlighter effect that happens, like so. So that's what we're trying to go for. So, so in order to do this, this can be a little tricky, but in order to make this work, is you would think that you would apply the interaction to this div. Actually, you need to do it to the item itself, the collection item itself. Otherwise, things go funky, and I'm not sure why it does that. But so, let's do it. Let's do it. Mouse hover. Class. Zine item. Start an animation. Mouse hover in. Okay, cool. And we'll do the div. Background color. Initial state. And only children. Background color. Let's get that cool green. Love neon green. It's very punk, very 80s. Alright. Nice. We'll add just a little ease in there. 0.3. Nice. Okay, cool. And then we'll take our zine wrapper. And we'll do opacity. 0, initial state. Opacity again. Throw it in there. We'll give it just an ease and see what that looks like, but we'll make it faster. We don't want it to look funky. Alright. And we're going to want to just set these interactions to only children with this class because we don't want them all to appear. So, alright, let's see how that's working. Nice. Cool. There we go. Now we got to do our hover out. Start an animation. We will duplicate it and call it hover out. And we're just going to delete these and then take this off of initial state. Nice. And then let's add that easing. A little ease. This is opacity. Really fast. 0.2 seconds, I believe. And then, yeah, another little ease. And then we're 0.3. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got. Nice. That's fun. I dig it. All right. You know what? I might adjust this design because I thought it would be more full screen on the Figma file, but it appears not to be that way. So I don't want the user to see the image only clipped, like, you know, obvious, like it's cut off when they're hovering it right away. So let's just adjust where that positioning is. Adjust the size or the positioning. What does that look like top? Yeah, maybe we do top. More top. That's cool. Maybe it's like in the middle like this. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Yes, that's better. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I started off thinking the design would look cool right there. Thought it would be full screen, but then we got into the nitty-gritty of it and we had to make adjustments, and sometimes you got to do that. But awesome, cool. That is the design right there, and simple hover interaction. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's see what it looks like live. Let's do the live version of it. Just waiting for it to publish in publish land. Okay, nice. There we go. Awesome. That's super fun. What a fun project to do. Cool. I think maybe let's add some mobile responsiveness to this, or some fluid responsiveness to this. We'll go into our client first. Highly recommend the client first. Chrome extension, you get all this really rad, all this like really awesome, just bunch of like this fluid generator that is just really awesome to help make the fluid responsiveness. Yes. Oh, it does not like that. But let's just see what's up. Copy the clipboard. Go into our global styles. Open up that code. And I'm going to give it its own little... And let's just call this the fluid responsive. And it's always good to add these little notes in here to your code, just so you can remember what this does. So, okay. And let's see what that does. Nice. That's fun. Sweet. All right, there you have it. Wow, that was really fun and really, really cool. If you liked this video and got some value from it, please hit the like button and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I would greatly appreciate it. Stick around because I'm going to keep making content like this, and we're just going to keep going further and farther and deeper into the Webflow Figma design hole. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.